Second half kind of killed the game off good enough, I would say. But overall, a big playoff win. Proud of the players. Again, thank you for the fans. I think they were amazing again. Pushed us through the night, and it's one of we need one more win now over the next two games against a strong New England team.
Jim, Kai was an offside flag from a pretty big contribution in the regular season finale. Felt like he hadn't had a direct contribution game this big in a while. What do you think?
Yeah, Kai was excellent. He played a great game. Got forward, gave them problems. The one-touch ball and the goal there that he sets up was really really good. Defended well. Um, because of the uniqueness of the format, when we go up 2-0 and Carlos Gil has to come off, they went all out attack. So for our back line and Kai included now, it's basically a 4-2-4 they're playing against because why not? They have nothing to lose. You don't get punished if you lose 8-0. So overall, the uniqueness of that makes it hard on the defenders, but Kai did a really good job. They're basically man for man against really good attacking players that New England just threw out there. So overall, yeah, great performance from him. Happy for him, and he did a good job.
The point that you just made, 8-0 doesn't matter. What did you say at halftime, guys?
At halftime, we just talked about more of the same. Play like it's 0-0. Play with the same, intensity of the playoffs. It's a good reminder. We're still a good team. We can beat anybody. Don't forget about us. And overall, we're a tough out. When this group plays in elimination games, whether it's Champions League, whether it's Leagues Cup, whether it's playoffs, we don't fold and just lose. We're a team that's tough to play against. So this format, it suits us. These are elimination games, and I'm really proud of my players. There's always noise internally, externally, and the guys did a really good job of focusing on the task at hand and executed well. Could it have been 6 or 7-0? I would have been happier with that. It could have been a lot easier. Could have avoided some yellow cards at the end there. But overall, a win is a win at this point, and it's a big one. Yeah.
Play a role in starting that 5-on-5.
Yeah.
That creates the penalty. Just how big is he not only to have the stability, I know heel goes off, but to have that stability there, but also to carve through the midfield with his passes to start it that way.
Yeah, Jose was excellent again. So again, breaks up plays, sticks up for a teammate at the end, gets a yellow. That one I can live with, just because he's protecting Nathan there in that moment. But yeah, his ability to, even when Gil was on the field, to defend him 1v1, there's almost nobody in the league that can take the ball off of him, and Jose did it a few times. So, he's a great player. Plays right on the edge, I thought was good going forward, connected his passes. When they went to the 4-2-4, basically, he was our outlet to create a level that, he had so much time and space he could turn and get at the opponent. Again, could we have executed better and scored more? For sure, but that's not Jose's job, right? So overall, good win. We'll move on now, and yeah, we have to get beat twice, so we have to finish things off as best we can.
Front six that you put out there, this is the first time you've had all six of these
Yeah.
guys since the LAFC first leg.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
Does it kind of feel like that?
Yeah, look. Yeah, that helps. So you guys know, and I've said it, and I stick with it. We're a 4-4-2 diamond, and when our best guys are on the field, we're really tough to play against. I think we had that, though, like you said, not much this year, only a couple times. So maybe the continuity that we had last season isn't there. Injuries, suspensions, too much load for guys because of the, was this our 50th game? I think it was our 50th, so 49. Okay, we're getting there. But yeah, so that part means they weren't all on the field together. So that part was challenging. But when you get them going, the familiarity, the relationships, it can be fun to watch. We weren't perfect by any stretch tonight at all. But I still think we left 4 or 5 goals on the table there and could have really had this scoreline look different, which wouldn't have mattered actually anyway. He wins 8-0 or 1-0, it doesn't really matter.
Was the decision made to hold Jacob out of the game to manage the sports hernia and wait for and hold him for game 2?
Yeah, I guess I'll break the news. Unfortunately, it's gotten to the point where Jacob has to have a surgery, and that will take place on as of right now Tuesday. So to our fans, to the people that don't realize, he's played through one of the more painful injuries you can have in this sport, just because the kicking, everything that goes along with the jumping, the change of direction, playing a center back position where you have to hit long diagonals. He's played through about as much pain as you possibly can, and you can tell when a player comes in and we have that kind of final talk where surgery is probably the smartest thing to do at this stage. So he gives everything for the badge. Left everything he could on the field this year, but unfortunately, the pain has gotten to a point where it's not tolerable. And there's no one tougher than Jacob too. So when I say pain, it's like as much as I want to say come on, it hits a point where he's about as tough as it gets. He's a Viking, a true Viking, and he wants to be out there. But sometimes your body tells you, and you have to listen. And that's the sad thing, man, because he wants to get back to the MLS Cup. He wants to be with the guys, but he'll have to do that now as more of a basically a coach, to be honest, with me on the sideline. So yeah, it's a surgery that he's not coming back in a week or two. Again, I'll never rule him out, but it's going to take a couple weeks to heal from that one.
In terms of injuries, picking up on that topic, Julian, how is he doing? Obviously, you took him off.
Yeah.
Is it precautionary in a way?
Yeah, I mean, look, he felt it a little bit. He just said it felt not normal when he made a run in the second half. You remember when he stayed down, and he gets in at halftime. He's a competitor, so he kind of talks me into letting him stay out there. I'm hard on him and saying, you better be telling me the truth. We need you to be able to, run and press and fight. And he got to a point in the second half where it didn't feel completely right. The good thing is we have 10 days now till the next game, so he'll have some time to recover. I don't think it's serious, but he just called it. It didn't feel normal, you know what I mean? So I don't want to speculate too much, but he had a little bit of a hamstring issue, we'll call it, and he's a quick healer, though. I think he'll be back for the next game.
In terms of that preparation, I guess also Ty was not listed, and leading into the 11 days, will you be utilizing that turf field outside, preparing for New England?
Yeah, so that's always a question I leave open to the players. We have the option now to be on the turf field out there, which is a good one. The players will tell you they don't want to train on the turf because it's horrible on their body and it makes them sore and it's difficult. But for getting used to the surface, I think we will spend a day or two out there. Every time we play in New England, it rains as well, so we might as well wet it and get used to the fastness. I just make up a word. The quickness of the turf and the ball getting on top of you quickly. So. We have time to prepare. We'll heal up. We'll go again. It's going to be tough. New England's a really good team. And like I said, we had a good performance, but we still have things we can improve on. But overall, again, don't forget about this group. We can still beat some teams. That's for sure.
And
Ty? Ty picked up a little bit of an injury, and also he has national team duty coming up. Because of the situation over there, they're going to have to play 4 games in pretty quick succession. So minor injury that kept him out of training for a day or two, but I think he'll be okay and probably will not probably he'll definitely join his national team coming up here in the window. Their window is going to have 4 games, not 2. I don't know if I'm breaking news there, but I don't want to get in trouble. But they're because of the situation there, the 2 games that they had postponed are coming and. National team, we're not going to prevent guys from going to that.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks.
We'll go Greg, David, and we'll end with Joe and John.
Jim, wins have kind of been tough to come by late in the season, but how do you turn the table now into this playoff mode with the experience that you have in your locker room?
Yeah, the good thing, we don't get beat either, though. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing that, we'll still, even on the road, we'll take pride in that, not a lot of teams have beat us over the last 15. Of course, we want more wins, and we know that, and I think the fans feel the same way. But the fact that, we don't concede a lot, the fact that we can push teams, to the limit and keep a clean sheet, That might be all it takes in this next game, and you go to PKs and you win it. So the win is big. Anytime you win, it brings confidence to the group. I wish we had that 6-7 goal breakout, to set the tone in this first game. I think that would have been good for everybody. But 3-1 keeps us nice and humble and hungry for the next one. So it's a group that is capable of that breakout, Greg, and can beat anybody. So we like that part of things. But overall, it's good to win. It feels really, really good, and it's a big playoff win. It's hard to win in this league, guys. I tell you, there's a lot of teams that are sitting watching already. It is really difficult, and our group has found a way now pretty consistently through the years now to get these playoff wins, and they feel good. We don't really celebrate them anymore, which is kind of sad, but this was a good win.
Hey, Jim, coming into this game tonight, do you feel like there was more added pressure on you guys knowing what the city just went through with the Phillies losing the NLCS? Do you feel like there's more pressure on you guys now?
I mean, look, I'm the biggest Phillies fan in the world, but to relate the two is we have nothing to do with each other. You know what I mean? So even the other day, and I love Marcus Hayes, Jonathan. I'm not taking a shot, but literally the headline of the Inquirer, and I read it, and I just went, "What in the world?" It was, I'm paraphrasing, but it was essentially, Phillies lose, don't have what was the word? Maybe marbles, or I don't even know what the word was, but just like the Sixers. And I'm like, whoa, how did the Sixers get drug into this loss? You know what I mean? So we all are from the same city. We all want what's best. We all, have players, and we all support each other. But I don't have anything to do with what goes on in the bottom of I don't even know what goes on in the bottom. I'm a fan like you guys, so I think I know, but I have no idea what's going on in their locker room. So the teams aren't really related in that regard, and in terms of the outcome, right? So whatever Nick Sirianni's doing to prepare for tomorrow, I'm going to root like hell for them, but I won't even pretend to know the things that he deals with. So we all want to win, like I said, and of course you feel the weight of the city, and that was as deflating of a loss as possible. But you wake up the next morning and you try and go again, and just like us, we've had some tough losses too. We've had some great wins, and we're trying to create more memories now with our fans, and that's what it's about. Because sometimes, I'm glad you brought up, because now sometimes when it doesn't even feel good when we win a playoff game, we're in there kind of still arguing over stuff and crap we could have done better and this and that. It's like these are moments that don't come around that often. So this is a good time for the Union, and I hope we all remember it, embrace it, and if we get behind this team, we can beat anybody. So I think we have that already with our fans, but sometimes when the negativity creeps in, I kind of go, I don't know, Phillies, the Sixers have played one game and they're getting thrown under the bus by Jonathan's boys at the Inquirer, So it's tough. It's a tough city in that way. I love the city and I love the pressure, but at the same time, it's like relating the two is tough. Sorry for that, but that was a ramble by me. Sorry. That was the last one too. Oh, okay.
The Jacob injury. Now that you have your two center backs, not much insurance behind them. Yeah. How important was it for them to put in a clean 90 tonight?
Really good from Damian. Jack too. Big plays. Again, I can't tell you guys enough. Like when we saw Bobby Wood coming into the game, we're going, wait, they just took out, we're up 2-0. They go all out attack, and I'm going, how are they going to line this up? Because there's not really there's not a midfielder in that front four at all that can drop deeper. And I'm going, oh my God, this is going to be unique for sure, and that's part of the new format. So the guys now have to deal with a front four that's just going to be out there to try to make a play and score a goal, and that's hard to play against as a center back. And I thought Damian was excellent. He can go 1v1 against anybody. I still will speak to what he did against the Atlas kid, the Quinones kid, who's now, tearing up the Mexican League. And the job that Jack did. They can be 1v1, which is unique for our center backs. They can do that. We miss Jacob's leadership for sure, but those guys did a great job. And, I'm happy for the back line. Should have kept the clean sheet if Nathan didn't decide to get cute there, but that's the coach and me being critical.
I wanted to clarify something on Ty, just because the math is right, and I'm sure you guys you directly probably didn't talk to me as really FA, but Ernst might have. The report dates the 7th, 6th?
Ooh, honestly, I've seen the email. I know he's been called in. So the timeline of making the next game, I'm not exactly sure. I want to say right after that game, but I'm not positive. So, but yeah, he's healing up. It's not a major injury. I don't think it'll keep him out of much further. Hopefully, he even trains with us before he takes off.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks.